Welcome. Today we're going to be creating a logo in Photoshop. There's a few things that you're going to need before we get started. A Mac, computer, the latest version of Photoshop CC or CS6, the latest version of Microsoft Office. High-speed internet is recommended but not required, and your creativity. First thing we're going to go ahead and do is open Photoshop and we're going to select File, New. So we're going to create our logo. We're going to rename our logo to whatever name you'd like to name it. We're going to be naming our logo today Custer's Ceramic Tile, and we're also going to change our logo size. So we're keeping the width 3 inches and the height 2 inches. Feel free to select whatever size you would like for your logo depending on what document you're placing it in. We're going to go ahead and zoom in on our workspace so that way we can see it a little bit better. And our next step is going to be creating a new layer using the layer tool. We're going to go ahead and select the rectangle tool. For our logo today, we're going to be using the rectangle tool. There's a variety of different designs or shapes that you can create. The polygon tool, there's all different kinds that you can select there. So you're going to create your desired shape. We're going to go ahead and close that Properties tab there. And by selecting the Fill key, we're going to select our first color that we'd like to fill our shape with. You're going to select the Effects tool to add desired effects to your shape. So for our logo today, we're selecting Bevel and Emboss, but feel free to experiment with different layer styles to find what best fits your design. So you can do a glow, an outer border, shadow, different patterns or color changes. You can change the opacity or do a gradient. There's a lot of different layer styles to choose from, so feel free to play around to see what best fits your design. And a drop shadow is a really cool one to add a 3D effect. So for our logo, we're going to keep bevel and emboss, and we're also going to add a drop shadow to our rectangle. There's a lot of different options that you can use as far as your layer style, different sizes, the shading, the angle that you wish to place it at. For our logo, we're going to keep the PX at a 5 because it gives the tile a more tiled effect versus more of a bubblier effect. So you're going to select the Move tool to display the transform controls. And we're going to use the Rotate tool to change the angle of our shape to a 45-degree angle. So Photoshop is reminding you here that you're applying this transformation so that way it doesn't happen on its own. It's letting you know that there is a change being made. Over to your right, it shows all the effects that you have selected for your first rectangle, and by clicking that little arrow, you can hide those so to keep your workspace a little bit cleaner. So now we're going to click and drag layer 1 to duplicate the layer that we just made. By dragging the previous layer to the layer tool, it's going to replicate the exact same shape that we made as well as its effects. So again, we're going to click the Fill tool and we're going to change our second layer to green. We're going to head back over to the right side here and we're going to create another copy of that layer as well. So we're going to click back over to the Move tool. We're going to move that rectangle over. We're going to be creating a diamond shape here. So again, we're going to go back up and change the color of the square to green. We're replicating our tile again here. We're going to click back over to the Move tool and we're going to bring that down to that gap there. So as you can see, you have all 4 rectangles that you created there. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to grab that first rectangle and we're going to create group 1. So you're going to click and drag the rest of the rectangles into the group to create a new group. So as you can see now, all your layers are under group 1. And we're also going to hide that by clicking the little arrow there to keep our workspace a little bit more organized. Creating a group allows you to replicate the whole group. So we're going to actually drop that down into the new layer tool 2 times there. So by clicking and dragging group 1 into the group tool, it's going to create 2 new groups for us. So again, with the move tool, and by selecting the group we'd like to move, we're going to move those tiles over. And again, we're going to use the handles on the outside of the shape to shrink to the desired size that we'd like. And it shows you the dimensions there, so that way you can get a better idea of what the dimensions are going to be. And by selecting the move tool, you can move any of your shapes all around the screen. You just have to always make sure that you apply those transformations and that you have your move tool selected. So again here, we're going to move our shape down. We're going to apply the transformation. We're going to make some more space on that side there. We're going to shift our small rectangle up to the top there. We're going to use our handles again on the side of our tile to reshrink to whatever size we'd like. So there you have all 3 groups. So you're going to apply the transformation again. And we're going to create a new layer. You're going to go ahead and select the text box, and the text tool is going to allow us to place the text box wherever we would like. So here we chose Olivier as our font, and Custers is the company that we're creating this logo for. And the text toolbar allows you to edit all the settings of your text, which is up at the top of the screen there. So we created another text box here. So you can see the text is kind of going a little bit out of our workspace. No problem. Just by adjusting the size of your text using the toolbar, you can shrink it back to whatever size you'd like it to be. Again, selecting the Move tool, you can move your text boxes anywhere on the screen that you would like. And we're going to go ahead and click back over and shift Custers over to the center of both tiles that we have there. So we're going to head back down and we're going to zoom back out to the original size of our logo, which is going to be the actual size that you're going to use to place in whatever Word document or business document that you'd like to place it in. You're going to go ahead and select File, Save As, because we want to save our logo, so that way we can place it in any document that we'd like. So you can keep whatever name that you have selected from before, and you're going to hit Save. And Photoshop is just reminding you of the formatting options that you have there. And our next step is going to be opening our Microsoft Word. You're going to go ahead and choose your blank document. So you're going to open the business file that you wish to place your logo in. Okay, so here we have a business letter. And we're going to go ahead and on the Insert tab, we're going to insert photo from a file. So wherever you saved your logo to, you're going to select that file and you're going to insert it into your document. So here again you see the handles on the side, so you're going to use your handles to adjust your logo to the desired size that you'd like in your business document. So it kind of pushed our text a little bit farther down the page, so you're just going to bring that right back up. And there you have a business logo that you created in Photoshop, and we are able to place that in a professional business document. It's nice and neat, it's simple and easy, and thanks for watching.